Hello, my name is Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. And I help people who are getting in the self-storage business, and I help people who are in the self-storage business strategically purchase self-storage facilities in such a way that it creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And I can remember the very first time that I sat around a conference room table with a binder presenting an investment opportunity to a potential investor. And I've sat around conference room tables, restaurant tables, kitchen tables, setting cars. I've shown up many people investment opportunities and raised millions of dollars doing it that way. And some of the most fulfilling relationships I have today came out of those meetings. Many of the people that have invested with us are people who themselves are business owners, have owned businesses, own them, sold them, and I have learned so much from the people that have invested with us. I've gotten way more from them than they've ever gotten from investing in our facilities. I'm very grateful to them. And that's what today's episode is about. Today's episode is about exactly what to show a potential investor that will highlight you and your self-storage opportunity. Now, if you didn't watch last week's episode or read it, do so. It talks about the mindsets, or at least my impression of the mindset of a potential investor. That's important to know as you're going in and making a presentation. But today I want to talk about what's actually in the presentation. So there's two pieces that I always have. One is a PowerPoint presentation and the other is a binder. The PowerPoint presentation is literally a summary of what's in the binder. So I'm going to start with the binder first. The very first thing in the front of the binder, and I use white. I don't know why, I've tried different colors, but it seems in my unscientific approach to this that white converts better than any other color binder. So I just use white. I have a cover slid down in the front of the binder, and I always have a picture of the facility, a picture of our company logo and brand, and it just says investment opportunity, self-storage investment opportunity, and the location of the facility and our contact information. Then when you open the binder, the very first page before the first tab, never more than a page and a half, is an executive summary of the opportunity. Never more than a page and a half. And it is just a written summary stating your overall objective with this investment. And it might sound like this is a 25,000 square foot facility located in Atlanta, Georgia. And our intention is to buy this because it's 12% under market. The current rents are 15% below the nearest competitor. We can raise the rents in X number of months, and we're going to double the size. Once we've doubled the size and it's stabilized at 85% occupancy, we've created $1.2 million worth of value. Something very simple, very concise, but when they're done, they have the overall picture of the opportunity. Then the next tab is the Performa. And I use the reports straight from the Storage World Analyzer. The summary of the investment, the operating expense, the debt service, the business assumptions, and then the 10-year cash flow. And I go over the Performa. I probably spend more time here than anywhere else in the presentation. Now I just highlight the investment potential of this self-storage facility, and I approach it from two ways. One is I talk about the performance of the facility itself, and secondly I talk about if you put in $100,000, if you put in $1 million, whatever, I make a number up and I track that $1 million through the investment till they get it back. I track how the storage facility is going to perform, and I track how their investment is going to perform. And then the very next section behind it is the marketing material, either directly from the owner or from the listing agent. And as I'm going through the Performa, I highlight the differences between my Performa and what's in the sales presentation material. Usually our Performas have higher income expense numbers. Very rarely are all the income expense numbers included in a sales presentation from an owner or a listing agent. I highlight that. I also, very often our income is higher too, because we're adding new revenue streams of income, and I highlight that difference, showing why our Performa is different than the marketing package. The next section after that is the feasibility report. Now, always get a feasibility report, read the book Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, or review the blogs at www.creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com that talk about the importance of a feasibility report. It's an independent third-party person's analysis of this facility and the sub-market that facility is in. But what I'm highlighting in the feasibility report is the gap between potential supply of that market area and the potential demand in that market area. And unless there's a gap, I will not be presenting this to an investor. Never present an opportunity where there's an oversupply in that market, even if you think you know why there's an oversupply and why this is still a good deal. I will never present a property unless there's a gap between supply and demand, and there's not enough supply to fulfill the potential demand in that submarket. Highlight that. Then the last section of the binder is our resume and history. Now, I know if this is your first opportunity, like when I was first presenting self-storage facilities, that was a very short piece, but yet you can create a resume that highlights your skill sets and why you are going to add value to this opportunity. And even if you're going to hire a management company, put the management company's information in that last section, but also put you. You need to be the most important person in this whole deal. Highlight your skill sets. After one or two storage facilities, you'll have a very nice resume. That's the binder that I present, and I give that binder to them, and I especially pay attention to the last section, because even if the investor is sold and is interested in investing with you, they need to take this home. And I try to design that section so that an investor can show his wife where they intend to put the money, or the wife can show the husband where they intend to put the money, and she's got enough backup material that supports her or him in his decision to invest with you. They also will give that to their lawyers, and they'll also give that binder to their accountants. I also have a PowerPoint presentation, which is each slide is a summary of the sections. So in the financial sections on the PowerPoint, I will go through, here's the highlight of the facility in years 1 through 5. This is the net operating income. Here's the income, operating expenses, net operating income. Here's your return on investment. And I just highlight each section in the PowerPoint. Then when I'm meeting with an investor, if the investor is an extremely detailed person, like many of them are, sometimes I even forego the PowerPoint and just go straight to the binder. But mostly, many investors don't want to dive into the details. They just want the story, the quick story on this investment. That's where the PowerPoint presentation is very important. That's it. That's all I do. Raised millions of dollars using that format of presenting an offering. So find a good facility that performs well, put that presentation together, and you will raise capital. Next episode, we're going to look at where the investors hang out. How can you find potential investors that may be interested in your self-storage opportunity? Thank you for watching this. If you're not regularly getting the video or written blog series, please register and just have them sent to you weekly at creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com. My name is Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. Thank you.